Good morning. Again, this is Gretchen Lightfoot, and I am teaching yoga in the Carmel, Zionsville, Indianapolis, Indiana area. And the coronavirus has kind of derailed my normal teaching schedule. So I wanted to share some practices online during this time of quarantine. And I'm going to do a chair yoga sequence today. So you can see I've got this folding chair over here. It's like a card table chair. I've got it resting on my yoga mat so it doesn't slip or slide. I got this chair for, I don't know, $10 or $12 at Target. And it comes in handy for a lot of things. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just sit on the front edge of our chair here, and I don't know how well you can see this, but I'm kind of right up here at the front edge. I'm in no danger of slipping off or falling off, particularly because I'm going to be rooted into my feet. And I may tilt the screen a little bit so maybe you can see my feet a little better. Oh, yeah, that's better, I think. So, um, in yoga, we stack. Let's see if I can scoot back a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So in yoga, we stack our joints. So I am looking to stack my knees over my ankles, and I'm looking at my feet about hips distance apart. Now, I notice we have a lot of unconscious movement patterns that we engage in, and we may not be completely tuned into what's going on in our bodies. So if you want to just maybe put a block between your knees here, it's kind of a good distance for most of us, just to get a feel for it. Plus, it makes you work a little harder when you've got that block there. I'm going to slide that block out for the moment, though, and we're going to just find a seated mountain pose, a seated Tadasana. So I'm going to rest my palms down on my thighs. I'm a little bit airy-fairy, and I need that grounding sensation. But if you're feeling open and receptive, you could roll your palms up toward the ceiling. Just make sure that the shoulders aren't jamming those ears, that you've got them drawing down the back. All right. So let's close the eyes for a moment and just begin to breathe in and out through the nose. Smooth, steady, even breaths. Scanning the body for any areas of tension or tenderness, sending healing breath to that part of the body. Knowing that every day is different, and what you could do yesterday, you may not be able to do today. Tomorrow, you may be able to do something completely different. Just being content with what is. No judgment, no harm. And then slowly blinking those eyes open. Let's just reach our arms down at our sides for a moment. So reaching strongly to the middle finger, palms facing what would be our thighs if we were standing up, or outer thighs if we were standing up. And rooting into those feet again. Now rolling the palms open, inhaling, circling the arms up, looking up if it feels good for the neck, and then exhaling, thumbs to the heart center. Let's inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, bringing those hands back to Anjali Mudra. And again, inhaling and exhaling. Let's add on a little bit here. So we're going to inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, bow forward, leading with the heart. Fingertips might graze the floor here. If the fingers don't reach the floor easily, you can always put blocks down there to raise the floor to you. We're going to inhale, take those fingers on the shins as we extend that spine nice and long, rolling the shoulders out of the ears. And then exhale, fold forward again. Now, arms come out. You're going to reverse your swan dive, come back up. Tap the palms together if that feels good, and then exhale. Hands back to the heart, that angel seal. Let's do it again. Inhaling. Exhaling. This would be Uttanasana in your standing group yoga class. As you walk the fingertips up, maybe resting the palms on the knees as you roll the shoulders out of the ears and lengthen the spine. This would be Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling, folding forward again, Uttanasana. And then inhaling, arms circle, and exhale, hands back to the heart center. Let's add on a little bit here. So arms are going to circle up. You're going to exhale, bow. Now this time, bringing that right hand between the feet, maybe onto a block if the hand doesn't reach the floor easily. Block could be tall. This is your New York skyscraper. Could be medium. That's your Chicago skyscraper. Or it could be flat. That's your LA skyscraper. Hand could be right there on that block, connecting the palm with the block. Left hand on the left thigh for a moment, and then just twist open to the left. Now watch if the knees don't splay open here. Kind of hug those feet against the block, perhaps. And then reaching up with that left arm, gazing over there to the left. If you'd like, you could circle that arm. I like to circle the arm back, kind of back stroking it. We tend to slump forward so much in our daily lives that if we can roll those shoulders back, down, away from the ears, I'm all for it. And then that arm could circle around now over the low back, reach around at the top of that right hip or right thigh, and then use that as leverage to deepen your twist slightly. Again, watching that the knees aren't splaying out. Always breathing, never holding the breath. And then exhale, come back down to your Uttanasana for a moment. And then rest that left hand on the block, wherever it is, okay? I'm gonna move the block out of the way because I don't need it. I have super long arms. Right hand to the right thigh, and then I'm gonna twist open to my right, and then I'm gonna reach up, maybe turning my head slightly to look up if it feels okay for my neck. And then I'm gonna begin to circle that arm. And then maybe that arm goes up and over my low back, reaching around to the top of that left hip or the inner left thigh, using that as leverage to open slightly. Breathing, twists sometimes restrict our breathing. So if you're having trouble breathing in the twist, back off. Maybe your hand doesn't reach for the outer thigh. Maybe it reaches up. And then coming back down and around here, just resting in your Uttanasana for a moment. Let's inhale, come up. Lengthen that spine, roll the shoulders out of the ears, draw the elbows toward the hip points, gaze is at that front edge of the mat. And then let's go ahead and just push on up for a moment here. And then reconnecting with our mountain pose or seated mountain pose. And then let's do a few rounds of the cat-cow. So we're gonna push the hands into the thighs as we round that spine here, and then arch it. So we'll exhale as we round, drawing that belly button to the back of the spine, and we'll inhale as we arch. So thinking about kind of rocking forward and back on those sitting bones, those ischial tuberosities. Let's take one more inhale, that arching. One more exhale, that rounding. And then coming back to that seated mountain. So think head, heart, hips stacked in a line. All right, now let's do the Sufi grind. So the Sufi grind is kind of this rolling the shoulders forward, back, down, around. And we inhale as we come forward. We exhale as we roll back. So shoulders are kind of chasing around those hips a little bit. And you can get a little more deeply into this as you get more comfortable with it by bringing the elbows into it, the head, the neck. Can add that element of the cat-cow by arching and rounding a little bit as you take the shoulders forward to the side, back, and around. Now start to slow it down. Once again, stacking, pausing, and then let's take that Sufi grind the other way. So inhaling as you come forward and exhaling as you go back. Circling. Circles could start off kind of small as you develop your comfort level. And then you can start to broaden and enlarge the circles, getting a little more experimental with it. It's really good for your spine. Let's do a couple more circles here. And then pausing, resetting, sitting in your mountain pose. And let's just reach the arms down to the sides for a moment and take the shoulders up by the ears and then back behind you and then down and then forward, up, back, and down. And continue to roll the shoulders back, eventually smoothing out the motion, maybe being a little less exaggerating with it. And you could toy with your breath here too, inhaling as you take the shoulders up, and then exhaling as you take the shoulders back. Maybe toy is not the right word there. Maybe play is a little better. All right, we're going to do just a little more shoulder work here. So I have a yoga strap. I got my yoga strap at Walmart, I think. And I think it was, could have been $4.99, $5.99, something like that. And I'm going to make sure that I hold the buckle, okay? Because I don't want that buckle to fling around and whack me in the nose or the eye or anywhere else for that matter. This is a 6 foot long strap. I would prefer an 8 foot long strap, but you know, Walmart has 6 foot straps, so I'm dealing with it, okay? Now, I'm hoping that you can see me if I lift my arms. Nope, I'm gonna come down to my knees here, but you stay in your chair. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take that strap up. Now see how wide my arms are. And I might need to take my arms a little bit wider for what we're going to do. I'm gonna come a little bit closer here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take those arms back behind our head on the exhale. And then we're going to inhale, take the strap back up overhead. And then exhale, we're going to take the arms forward. It's so much easier to take the arms forward than it is to take the arms back behind us. We'll inhale, take the arms up. And then exhale, see if you can take those arms back a little farther behind you. And then inhale, take the arms up. And then exhale, take the arms forward again. Inhale, arms come up. Now exhale, see if you can go a little deeper. Maybe the arms come all the way back. And then inhale, arms come up. And exhale, arms come forward. Now, there's no right or wrong here. It's just what is happening in your body today. So be forgiving with yourself. If this is too wide for you and you've got more flexibility in your shoulders, take that strap, take the hands a little closer together. So we'll inhale, take the arms back up again. And then exhale, take those arms behind you slowly, not causing any pain, being kind and gentle with yourself. Inhale, arms come back up. And exhale, arms come forward. Let's go one more time. Inhaling up. And exhaling, arms come back behind you, going slowly, enjoying that stretch. And then inhale up. All right. Now, for those of you seated in your chair, stay there. I'm just lower so you can see my arms. You're going to go ahead and just gently twist over to the left. And then inhale, come forward again. Exhale, twist over to the right. So we're going to try to line up those arms with the head. So looking left and right, seeing that the arms aren't wicky-wacky, but it may not happen today. So again, no judgment. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, take that twist to the left again, reaching up tall with the arms. The arms will be a little in front of your face. They don't have to be lined up with your ears. And then inhale, come forward again. And then gently twist over to the other side. And then inhale, come forward. I'm going to drop the strap for just a minute here. I'm going to come back to my chair. And I'm going to just toy with this a little bit more. Taking that left arm across the chest and feeling that little pressure of the right hand pushing against that tricep. And then I'm going to circle my wrist a few times in one direction and then a few times in the opposite direction. And then I'm going to take that right arm across my chest. Again, just staying here for a moment. And then circling the wrist, both directions. All right. Let's go ahead and take that left arm forward and just kind of try to imagine that you're pushing your palm against a wall or you're halting traffic. Okay? So think, stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Yeah, have fun with it. And then gently pull all four fingers back. And then move through your pinky, your ring finger, your middle finger, your pointer. Ooh, got a little pop there. Gently pull the thumb. And then right hand comes out. Just, again, stopping traffic. And then pulling all four fingers back as a unit. And then moving through the pinky, the ring finger, the middle finger, the pointer, and then the thumb. And then both hands come forward now. Gently waving the hands left and right. And then bending the hands so that the fingers point down toward the floor. I always imagine a glove hanging over a fence here. I don't know why, but I do. And then just kind of wiggle waggle the hands again, left to right. And then shoo me away. Yeah. Now, one more thing with the hands and the wrists and the arms. Arms come out in front of you again. See if you can link up those thumbs, all right? Remember when you made shadow puppets as a little kid in your bed at night with a little flashlight or something? So just imagine you're making a bird or whatever here. So shadow puppets, you're gently pulling those thumbs apart. Try to take those shoulder heads back into the shoulder sockets, sitting up nice and tall. Remember, head, heart, hips stacked, low belly's lifted up and in, tailbone is reaching down toward the floor. And then just go ahead and give those arms a little shake. So whatever way you linked the thumbs up the last time, you're going to do it the opposite way this time. So I had my right thumb in front last time. Now I'm going to take my left thumb in front. It's going to feel weird. So again, pulling the thumbs apart. Now this time, just see if you can take the arms up, up, up overhead. You're just playing there a moment ago. I'm going to come back down onto my knees for a moment so you can see what I'm doing. So if the arms don't go nicely up overhead and the arms aren't lining up with the ears, just take them a little bit forward. It's okay. Again, we work with what is in yoga and we breathe through it. And then maybe try it the other way. And then release it, give it another little shake. I'm going to come back to my chair for a moment here. We're going to inhale, take that right arm up and overhead, rest the arm on top of the head, and then that right hand is outside my left ear. My left hand is holding on the chair seat bottom so I can remind myself to sit up tall. And I'm just going to gently reach my right ear toward my right shoulder. So this extra weight here just ensures that I'm not cheating. I'm being honest with my yoga practice. I'm taking my ear as close to my shoulder as I can without causing any harm. I've got a little openness here. It feels really good. I'm not pushing. I'm not forcing. I'm kind of letting gravity do the work here a little bit with the nudge of my arm, the nudge of my hand. And then releasing that, the head comes back up, arm comes back down. Now I'm going to hold on to the outer edge of my seat with my right hand. Right arm comes up. And then I exhale. I rest that left hand outside my right ear. My left ear is moving toward my left shoulder. And even though I'm really focused on my head and my neck and my shoulders, I'm not getting lazy with my knees. They're not going out, they're not going in. I'm keeping them stacked over those ankles. I'm zippering up the belly. Just being aware of where my body is in space, using my built-in proprioception. And then releasing that. Feels so good. All right, let's take the arms out to the sides and let's just cross that right elbow over the left elbow. And then just see if you can take those arms around to your shoulders or your shoulder blades. I can kind of walk my hands around pretty far, but you may not be able to. And while you're seated here in your chair, just gently give yourself a little hug as you rock a little left and right. And then take the arms out. Let's cross the left elbow over the right elbow. Reach the hands back around the shoulders, the back, the shoulder blades. And once again, kind of give yourself a little hug. Hug it out. And then undo that. And let's bring the hands down by the chair seat bottom for a moment. Take the feet a little bit wider and begin to kind of windshield wiper those knees from right to left. Just gradually loosening up the hips, the knees, the feet. Notice I'm kind of on the toes, the ball of the foot. And then the next time the knees are headed over to one side, just go ahead and, so for me, my left foot is over here to the left. My right knee now is going to move down toward the mat. I've got my right toes curled underneath me, and I'm reaching through that right knee, that right quad. So I get a little stretch here. All right. My left hand is on the back of the chair here. Now I'm just going to reach forward with my right arm, and I'm going to pull back. I'll reach forward and pull back, reaching forward and pulling back. Let's go a couple more times here. Now, let's see if you can take that right hand, reach it toward that back of the chair closest to you. Move your left hand over to the other side of that chair seat back and gently twist. So you can reach your elbows out to the sides, draw the shoulders out of the ears, zipper up the belly, take that tailbone down toward the earth. You're just gazing back behind you. No serious strain anywhere. So inhaling to sit up tall, exhaling to deepen that twist. Breathing here. And then gently turning the nose to face that left knee again for a moment. And then slowly making your way forward. And let's go ahead and just windshield wiper the knees again, just for fun. One of my favorite things to do. Sorry for all the noise here. And then twisting around, I'm gonna move that block out a little bit. So now my right sole of my right foot is on the floor. You can see I've got my knee stacked over my ankle, shin is perpendicular. I've got the weight pushing into the ball of my left foot. I'm reaching that left knee down now so I get that stretch in my hip flexor. Right hand is on the seat back. And then I'm just gonna reach it forward and pull it back, reach it forward and pull it back. Do that a couple of times. You can inhale as you reach forward and exhale as you pull it back. And then stay here for a moment. Take that left hand, reach it around to that chair seat back that's closest to you. Move your right hand over to the farther corner and gently twist. So you're rooted in that right sit bone, you're rooted in that right foot, you're rooted in the ball of the left foot, you're lifting your elbows slightly, and then you're rolling the shoulders out of the ears. Sitting up tall on the inhale, maybe twisting a little deeper on the exhale. And then inhale, just lining up the nose in the same direction as that knee. And then come forward here. Okay, coming back to your seated mountain pose. Let's take that left leg out in front of us. I'm going to scoot my chair back a little bit more so you can see a little better here. So left leg's going to come out in front of me. I'm going to push into that heel and draw my toes back toward my shin. So I feel a nice stretch in the back of that leg. Oh, feels so good. And then I'm going to slide that left heel back slightly, just enough so that I can put my left sole of my foot down on the mat. All right, I still got kind of my mountain pose going on over here in this right foot. All right, so I'm now getting a nice stretch on the front of my left leg. My toes, the top of my foot, the ankle, the shin. And then I might start tapping that foot from right to left. Feels really good. And then setting that foot down again, sliding it in, stacking the knee over the ankle, and then reaching my right foot out. I like to drag my heel along the mat just to make sure I connect. And then Once again, once I've got the leg straight, I'm gently pushing into the heel. I'm not hyper locking that knee or hyper extending that knee. There could be a little bend to it. I'm going to draw the toes back towards my shin. I'm sitting up nice and tall here. Just breathing. And then sliding that heel back toward me a little bit again so I can put my right foot flat on the floor. Getting that nice stretch on the top of the foot, the ankle, the shin. And then I'm going to start tapping my foot right and left. And then foot rests for a moment. Just slide it back in. All right. I'm going to grab the back of my left thigh. And I'm going to hug that left knee in. If you can grab the front of your left shin, do that. Doesn't really matter which way you do it. If you had trouble drawing your knee in, and you might, you could take your strap and you could use that to kind of lasso it. It gives you a little more length in your arms, some leverage, okay? So you're gonna grab the back of that thigh, that shin, wherever you can get a hold of it. Now notice when we draw that knee in, our spine starts to slump a little bit. So stay sitting upright and then begin to circle the ankles, both directions, making sure that you even yourself out as best as you can. And then begin to point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. And then if you can do this, and it might not happen today, you can support your left ankle, your left knee, and cross that left ankle over that right thigh. Again, flexing the toes. So the toes are coming back towards your shin. And then just notice kind of where your knee is. Mine's pretty high over here on this side. It's not, my shin's not parallel to the floor. Again, no judgment. You can stay here. This is perfectly fine. Okay. Now, if you want a little bit more, you could reach your hands to grab kind of that strut, you know, where the chair seat back turns into the legs, sort of, and use that to lengthen your arms, broaden across the collarbones, and then extend slowly out over that front shin. Now, you don't need to round the spine. We're trying to lengthen the spine. We're trying to elongate. So gazing at that front edge of your mat, perhaps. Just a little lengthening here. A little stretch in that outer left hip. And then slowly coming back to the head, heart, hips stacked, supporting that ankle, that knee, as you place that left foot back down on the floor. And then let's do the same thing on the right side. So finding how you're going to hug that knee in, and it could be very different on this side. We're humans and we're uneven. So find what feels better to you, watching that you're not rounding the spine as you hug the knee in, but you're sitting up tall. And then begin to circle the ankle. And reverse the circles. And then point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. And then the next time the foot is flexed, support the knee, the ankle, cross that left thigh now. And again, just kind of noticing where your knee is. My knee is a little bit lower on this side. Again, no judgment, who cares? It's just yoga. It's designed to make us be more present and aware of what's going on in our bodies. So we're not in a contest. Grabbing the back of the chair again, wherever you are, and extending out over that shin. And again, not slumping, but extending nice and long. Breathing here. Hmm. And then inhaling, coming back upright, supporting the knee, the ankle, and bringing that foot back down. Okay, we're gonna grab our strap now. Hopefully you have one. A towel will work here, a super long necktie, even rope would work. So no judgment. I'm gonna just bring a rock close to me here because I might show you something here in a moment. So I'm gonna lift that left knee again. I'm gonna take that strap around the arch of that left foot. It's not in the middle of the arch or down toward my heel. It's more kind of by the ball of my foot. And then I'm going to just pump the knee and extend it. Pump, extend. Now notice I'm not doing the full extension because I don't want to work my knee too hard just yet. I'm just gradually loosening things up. And then I'm going to extend the leg. So I've got the tail end of each strap in each hand. And I might not be able to have my arms close to my feet because it's going to pull my shoulder heads out of the shoulder sockets. I'm going to slide those shoulders back into the shoulder sockets for a moment. See how good this feels. Maybe it doesn't. If it doesn't feel good for you, bring those hands a little closer in and have the elbows kind of hug the side ribs. Just make sure that you're not, scrunching up here. So gently pushing against the strap with the foot, pulling on the strap with the arms. You're anchored in that right foot. That right knee is stacked over the right ankle. The sitting bones are rooted into the seat bottom. And then go ahead and take that strap into your left hand. That right hand can come down and hold on to this strut again, or the seat bottom. And then slowly take that left leg out to the left, opening up that hip. Now remember to keep the leg active, so that means the foot is sort of flexed and kind of pointed at the same time. Just think Barbie feet. That's probably the best way to describe it. Now when you take that left knee out to the left, make sure that the right knee doesn't open up. Keep that right knee stacked over the right ankle. Roll the shoulders out of the ears, and then maybe that right arm goes behind you and you turn to gaze out over that right thumb a little bit for a little bit of a twist. Don't forget to breathe. And then right hand comes back down, left leg comes forward. Take that strap now into your right hand. And then you're going to take the left hand and just hold on to that seat bottom or that strap again. Now take that left leg a little up and over that right thigh a bit. And once again, push into the strap with the foot. Pull on the strap with the hand. And you might feel a little tension along here. And then maybe you gently turn to look to the left, and maybe you reach out with that left arm, gazing out over that left thumb. And then hand comes down, gaze comes forward again, leg comes forward, bending the knee, unhooking the strap, and setting the foot down. Resetting our mountain pose for a moment. And in fact, let's take that windshield wiper motion again. All right, and then feet flat. And we're gonna do the same thing on the right side, because whatever we do in yoga on one side, we want to try to do it on the other side as best as we can. So bending that right knee, putting that strap around the arch of that right foot, and before we do anything at all, we're just kind of bending and straightening. Just a little bit of a pump action here. Ooh, that was my elbow. Yowza, did you hear that pump? And then once we feel like that knee joint, that hip joint is a little bit loose, go ahead and take that leg out to straight. So once again, you're anchored in that left foot. Weight is even across the sole of that left foot. Now I'm holding my strap. I could take my arms forward a little bit, but do I really want to pull my shoulder heads out of the shoulder sockets? Draw them back. You could even draw them back even more so that the elbows are hooked into the side ribs. Okay? So pushing against the strap with the foot, pulling on the strap with the hands. There should be a little bit of tension here. Breathe. And then hands, right hand comes to grab the strap, left hand's gonna hold on to the chair seat bottom. You're gonna take that right leg out to the right. Anchoring into that left foot. I'm open across the chest. Now, I'm gonna slide my elbow in just a little bit because now I'm gonna take my left arm out a bit and I'm gonna turn to look over at my left thumb. Because I like a little balance and I like a little twist. And then coming forward again, left hand holds the strap, right hand comes down to the strut. I take that right leg a little bit over the left thigh, and then I push into the foot, I pull on the strap, I extend and I lengthen, and then maybe my right arm comes behind me again, and I gaze out over that right shoulder. And then I inhale, face the front, bend the knee, unhook the strap. Oh my goodness. Put the strap down now. And let's go ahead and take a downward facing dog. So I'm going to come up to standing and I'm going to turn my chair like so. I'm going to move these things out of the way a little. And notice I've got this chair on the mat so that it's stable, it doesn't move. And I'm going to put my hands right here on the front corners of the chair seat. My toes are pointing toward the chair, they're not out, they're not in, they're parallel. And I'm going to walk my feet back. Walk, 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 walk. I'm going to push my palms into that chair seat bottom. And I'm going to walk back just enough so that I feel a stretch on the backs of my legs. There should be a little tension, no pain. Then I'm going to push those palms into that chair seat bottom again. I'm going to lower my chest, my head, so that my ears line up with my upper arms. And my spine is as straight as I can get it. All right? So you could gaze kind of right about underneath that middle part of the chair between the legs. So it's almost as if you can envision rolling those forearms up toward the ceiling a little bit and the triceps down toward the floor slightly. So always working toward that kind of push me, pull you sensation in yoga. Zippering up the belly. Now that I'm in this position, the tailbone's kind of reaching toward the wall behind me. I'm pushing my thighs back. It's sort of like I'm pulling my thighs apart, but my ankles together. And then I'm going to look forward, bend my knees a little bit. I'm going to start to walk toward the chair. And then I'm going to bring my hands to my hips and inhale. Come up to standing. All right, I'm going to turn this chair around. We're going to do just a couple of little standing poses here, but we're going to work into it, and then we're going to take our Shavasana. So I'm going to turn my left leg out again, knee over ankle. I'm going to start with this right knee right here in front of the chair, and then I'm going to start to straighten that right leg. All right, so I'm going to be right at that front edge of the chair so it doesn't get in my way. I'm going to push into the ball of that foot. I'm going to make sure that my footing is solid in that left foot. I'm going to have my hand right here on this chair seat bottom. My left hand is here. And I'm going to push into the back of my right foot there, that ball of my right foot, and then I'm going to lift. All right. So this is kind of a serious stretch. So if you can't take this stretch in your hip flexor, come on down. Totally fine. Okay. Now, if you can take it, if you like it, reach the arms up. If the arms are tight, take the arms a little wider. If you've got flexibility in the shoulders, you can bring the palms together, but sometimes that throws the balance off. So watch it with the shoulder heads into the ears, draw them back down, always zipping up the belly, always taking that tailbone down toward the earth. And then exhale, hands down, lower. Come back to face the front. And then let's do it on the other side. So turning to the right, right knee over right ankle. I'm right at that front edge of the chair. I'm going to take that left knee down to the floor for a moment. And then I'm going to push in the ball of that left foot. Make sure my footing's solid on the right foot. And then that leg is going to come back behind me a little bit so that I can straighten it. I'm going to push into that front foot as I lift up. I straighten my left leg as best I can. Feeling that intense stretch in my left hip flexor. Head, heart, hips stacked in a line to protect my low back. And then the arms reach up. Arms wide or palms together. Exhale, hands down, lower the bum, slide the left knee in, and take the knees forward. All right, we are going to slowly unwind here. So you've got your knees over your ankles. We're going to come back to that mountain pose. Closing down the eyes, softening the jaw, loosening the tongue. We're going to take a cooling breath, Shatali. So if you can roll your tongue like a tube, awesome. If you can't, who cares? Just as awesome. So if you cannot make a tube with your tongue, you're going to make the O-shaped mouth. All right? So you're going to breathe in through the tube. So here we go. Seal the lips and breathe out through the nose. Or breathe in through the O-shaped mouth. Seal the lips. Breathe out through the nose. Again, breathing in through the tube. Sealing the lips. Breathing out through the nose. Again, inhaling. Coming back to regular breathing for a moment. And then bringing the arms by the sides, reaching strongly through the fingers and rolling the palms up toward the ceiling. Inhaling, taking the arms all the way up, gathering those hands together. Exhaling, bringing the thumbs to the sternum, connecting with that heartbeat. There's a saying in yoga, or a chant, if you will, Loka Samasta Sukhi no Bhavantu. It means may all beings everywhere be happy and free. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. I hope to see you again soon.